Ali here at mindwavemeditation.com, and today we're going to talk about you. As always, this video is going to help you really break down life in the moment when you really need a life hack just to kind of get you through or make a change or raise your vibration or help you just kind of turn that frown upside down. This video is going to be for you. It's going to really help you just to kind of break it all down and go, okay, I know what to do, and I think I got this. So today we're going to talk about the mind, the thinking mind, which really is everything. If we decide to take control of this monkey mind, then not only can we have a bit of fun, but we can change the narrative that's constantly going round and we can flip it to a positive. And that positive changes everything. And it's practice. If we practice this, then things start to change. You get the experience that you're looking for to help prove it to yourself that this actually works. So watch this video. I'll see you on the other side. So they say that we have about 60,000 thoughts a day, which is a hell of a lot of thoughts. And about 80 to 95% of those are negative. And we just keep them going round and round and round, like almost like a naughty monkey swinging from branch to branch to branch, going negative thought, negative thought, negative thought. And look, we've got the news, we've got family life, we've got work, career, we've got our own lives. It all gets wrapped up in this kind of ball of meh, of negativity. And even if we're a positive person and we're kind of happy-go-lucky and optimistic, we still have this wave of negativity that we have to surf every single day. We get up every single day, we've got to get back on this surfboard and ride that wave. And if you're like me and you're generally optimistic and positive, this is a lot easier than it is for some people. But listen here, if you're a pessimistic, doom and gloom type person, then this video is going to really help you, because I'm going to break it down and make it really simple. So we've got all these negative thoughts going. They're constantly going round and round and round. One thing that a lot of people do is they continuously have these negative what if scenarios, which they think about over and over and over again. Maybe they edit the ending there, change it, edit the ending there, over and over and over again, and replay these doom and gloom scenarios. They could be personal ones, they could be about work, relationship, money, health, wealth. It could be about the news, what's gonna happen, what could happen. And the interesting thing is that, I don't know if you've ever tested this out for yourself, but how often do those situations work out the way that you think that they might do in a doom and gloom scenario? I tested this because I used to do this all the time. So I decided to write down all my negative thoughts, the ones that kept on reoccurring, and waited it out and seeing which ones came off and which ones just kind of melted like they do. And more often than not, you'll find out that the world is actually a way more positive place than we are led to believe through the media and the ambush of news just constantly telling you what is wrong with the world over and over and over again. Almost like we are being programmed to expect the worst case scenario. And furthermore, if we believe in science, quantum physics, all of these amazing branches of science which suggest that the power of the mind is incredibly powerful indeed, to the point that we can manifest into our lives what we think about. Thoughts become things. And if you think about a situation over and over and over and over again, then maybe you're contributing to that actual outcome. So let's break it down. If you have a loved one that continuously gets sick or is generally of ill health, our image of that person is generally ill health and waiting, they're going to get sick again. And what I'm suggesting here is to flip this story around. Look at this person that you wish to be well and continuous health to be bestowed upon them, and hold that intention in your mind. Hold that intention of them being happy, positive, and well. And anytime you catch yourself going through the doom and gloom scenario of that person getting sicker or not getting better, change it to a positive what if. Now look, this might not do much, this might do everything. You know, we don't know. This is not really what this is about. This is about you going through life doing two things. One, not replaying a negative story, which is only going to impact on you and make you feel worse in this time and this space. Because ultimately what will be, and you can do all you can for someone. You can help them as much as you can possibly help them, but truly it's up to them. So you're walking around through the rest of your day, through your life, and you're playing these memories and projections of, you know, a negative story. So decide right now, if you have a loved one or a friend or anyone you want to be well or to get better, hold that intention in your mind. Choose in your mind to hold a positive version of their story. And the second thing is, maybe, just maybe, by projecting a negative image over and over and over and over again out into the atmosphere, into the universe, maybe you're helping that story. You're helping that negative timeline become a reality. And this is, you know, this is a shamanic outlook. When we have in a healing situation, we want to hold a perfect image, a holistic, a whole being, someone that is surrounded by light and love and healing. And we really don't want to project the negative at any point. So decide right now to take the power back on that person that you might be doing this to and reverse the story completely. Flip it 180 and decide that every time you think of that person, or it might be yourself or a friend or anybody, you're going to hold this nice, happy, healthy image in your heart, in your mind forever. And that's going to be your default mode of thinking. So look, we trip, we slip, we falter, we fall into this downward spiral to Doomsville. Often, it happens. Now, the great thing is, if you keep practicing all these things in these videos, all these tips and tools, and you start working on this stuff, you'll continuously slip, fall, trip into the downward spiral of doom. But you will notice that the time you spend in there will be like that. You know, it used to be a month, weeks, days on end, hours and hours of pain and suffering in mind and in body. And you keep working on yourself, you look after your diet, your mindset, you exercise, you think about thinking, you think about what's going on up there, and you work on this stuff. You notice you'll slip, and you'll get moody, you'll get angry, you'll get upset. It's like that. As quick as it happens, you can break out of it just as quick. And it's such a beautiful feeling to know that you still have these slips and you might fall and you might go, oh, and life might pull the rug from underneath you. But we have the tools to remind ourselves to return to gratitude, to return to love, to return to a positive outlook and story, because we no longer want to go down into this downward spiral of doom. So it's almost like sometimes you feel the first domino go. Well, I do anyway. I feel it sometimes if I'm being a bit grumpy. I'll feel like there's a domino gone. And if I miss it, it'll go. And I start hearing not necessarily these clicks, but a feeling of that, like, oh, I'm slipping into the downward spiral. Should I allow myself to slip? No. What am I going to do? Go for a walk, meditate, eat some clean food, think some positive things, watch some comedy, go for a run, do some journaling, connect to the big dream, the big vision, help somebody else. Anything that pulls me away from the spiral of doom. So back to the positive what ifs. Maybe it's money, maybe it's finances, maybe it's career, maybe it's a story in your mind that you keep replaying over and over again. Oh, it's just not gonna happen. Ooh, what if no? Change it all. Positive what ifs. Change the story completely. Look at wherever in your life it's not working, it's not vibing, it's not in flow, and decide to do the opposite of what you're doing. It might mean that you have to decide to love yourself before you want someone else to love you. It might mean that you have to study money and honor money and love money if you want more money, instead of hating rich people or despising those that have it. It might mean that you need to work on your relationship by working on you, not the other person. Oh, it's all them, they're this, they're that. Maybe it's you. Maybe you need to work on some things for someone else to be able to vibe with you and flow with you. So whatever in your life is not working, where there's a bit of a backlash or there's water crashing against the rock, dissect it. Go in with a microscope and figure out what you can fix to make it better, and change the story to a positive what if. What if things go well today? What if things work out? What if I meet the person of my dreams? What if I get that promotion? What if I find some money? I used to find money all the time. $5 there, $5 there. And the weirdest thing is, I used to find these fivers all the time. Not £10, not 20, nothing else. It was always fivers. And it was because I had already found £5 notes, and I was expecting to see £5 notes. And it's hilarious now when I think about it, that I found so many £5 notes. Granted, I was looking at the floor a lot because I didn't have a lot of money at the time. But fiver. I found 4 fivers in 1 week and 5 fivers in a 10-day period. That is crazy. It's hand on my heart that happened. That is crazy. And it's because I was intending to find more fivers. Weirdly, I don't know why I don't keep doing that. I might start doing that again. So health, family, friends, career, finances, wealth, whatever it is for you, decide to zoom in and figure out what's going on and where you want to be. So I asked myself these 3 questions, and I'd love you to ask yourself these 3 questions too. Number 1, where am I now? Where am I now in the particular category that I want to work on? Number 2, where do I want to be? Pan out. Think about the best positive version of this story. Where do you want to be? Number 3, what's holding me back? Why am I not getting the results I want? What could I be doing different? What is holding me back from being where I want to be? And then number 4, my favorite, the one that I love asking people, what are you going to do about it? Based on what you've just written, where are you now? Where do you want to be? And what's holding you back? What are you going to do about it to make sure that story changes and you can experience a positive version of what's happening? It takes work, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes commitment, it takes consistency, but it's possible. And these thousands and thousands and thousands of negative thoughts that are going round and round and round and round and round, why not decide to change that statistic of having 60-odd thousand thoughts a day and 80% of those are negative? Why not decide that you're going to change that statistic and be the anomaly that has just as much positive thoughts as negative thoughts? Yeah, you've got to kind of shut out the news a little bit, or just jump in and jump out and stop getting into altercations with people. Maybe pipe down sometimes when you're being a bit too much like this. You know, we've all got things to work on, but channel it, figure out who you are, figure out the best version of yourself, figure out how you can become the best version of yourself in your life, in your family, with your friends, in society, in the world, and then go do it. So let's summarize. The way I like to look at this is it's love or fear. And yes, the bit in the middle can be a big old blurry line, but come into life, come into the day, come into mind, come into body, come into your heart with an outlook of a positive what if, and come from a place of love, and come from a place of positive intention, from optimistic intention. And if things don't work out, if negative things happen, if unwanted things happen, if bad things happen, we deal with them as they come. We cross each bridge as they come. And we have the tools because we're working on ourselves constantly, and we're coming from a place of responding rather than just reacting, right? And we practice that. Instead of just reacting, we respond. We assess and we respond. And yeah, sometimes we slip up. We're human. Whatever, but we keep practicing, and And soon enough, we get pretty good at it, where we're responding more often than reacting. So we come from love, we return to love over and over again in health, wealth, relationships, whatever it is for you. We decide to look at the day with these positive what ifs. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to work out. And we know where we're going. So we know what we want to work out, right? And then if things don't, we switch back to love. We deal with it. We come back to love, because love is ultimately a higher vibration. It makes us feel better. It helps us work better. It helps us think better. It helps us love better. It helps us create better. It's just better, right? We need fear, we need all the other stuff, but we don't want to hang out there, because it makes everything harder. It makes healing harder. It makes relationships harder. It makes work harder. It makes everything harder. So we stay in love, we return to love, we be love, we are love, and we smile and we live and we love each other and we help each other, and we see each other on the next video, and we comment down below and tell each other how we're doing. See you soon, bye!